I believe that we're preparing children for a future that no longer exists. I think that I like to call them government schools, are preparing children to be factory workers, to conform and do as they're told, and to think inside the box. And
Okay.
We're just interested in helping our children to be successful and thrive in the world that actually is going to be what they're going to be living in, not what the old school system was built for that hasn't been around for years and years.
Yeah, and I certainly agree that the standard run-of-the-mill or government school system is kind of putting kids into this box of conformity, right? Everyone does the same thing, and it has to meet a certain standard that has nothing to do with anything practical. People are surviving. Kids are surviving through that, right? They're getting through it, and they're figuring their way along. But what does it look like when they don't have to kind of survive school, right? But they can thrive through school.
I like what you said. I like how you put it. They're surviving school, right? They're enduring school. Well, learning by its very nature is not supposed to feel like something you have to endure or survive. And what that looks like is that, yeah, maybe they make it out, they have decent grades or whatever, but in terms of so many people, the rates of trauma, that are being diagnosed as various types of depression and anxiety and all sorts of neurotic issues, a lot of that stems from the time that they're spending growing up in these government systems, right? And the goal and the opportunity is to provide create the opposite of that. Instead of apathy, victimhood, mediocrity, fear, tension, all that stuff, you can have the opposite. You can have people that are motivated, that are capable, that really truly are dedicated to the well-being of everyone around them, and they have the ability to think and speak articulately with critical thinking skills. And learning is a game to them. It's fun. It's something that they find joy in, rather than something that feels tedious or stressful. So somehow they've taken the system and they've inverted it to actually totally change the experience of learning. So what Wonderstorm and what Holly and I have been doing is, well, how do we totally flip that around? So primarily the experience of learning is adventure, it's play, it's joyful, it's amazing time with friends as you're developing these capabilities socially, and you're learning how to collaborate and communicate in ways where everybody's winning and having a wonderful time and building things that you could never build by yourself. So that's, in my mind, the contrast between how things have been with government schools and all other forms of education that mirror that.
Yeah.
Even private schools where people pay a lot of money, they're still mirroring the same. There's an authoritarian figure at the front of the room enforcing conformity, compliance, and obedience. And basically their job is to just memorize what's being said and regurgitate it, which you're not developing any kind of creativity or any of these other skills that are necessary to really thrive and have a really wonderful, fulfilled life.
Yeah. So Holly, you're kind of the boots on the street there in the school. As you see new children coming in, how are they adapting to the learning style at Wonderstorm, and are you finding that you have to kind of bridge gaps in the fact that they haven't been prepared to kind of think freely and proactively?
Yes. I love this question. It's actually one of my favorite things to watch, the transition from when a new hero joins us, and as they get more and more comfortable and start to get used to our systems and our ways, you can watch them learn how to ask great questions. Because really what I see when they first come in our doors is they're coming to us and looking for the answer. They're coming and looking for us to solve their problems for them. And so when we come back at them with another question, really encouraging them and empowering them to think deeply and learn how to solve problems for themselves, it really allows them to grow into who they are in a much bigger way, and they develop more confidence and they develop more of an independence and a freedom, and they don't have to look out to adults to solve all their problems for them.